There are tons of popular roguelikes. Hades, Cult of the Lamb, Balatro, those are just a few, but none of them even come close to the popular success of The Binding of Isaac. Why is that though, you might be asking yourself? What defines a roguelike success? Before we start, let me clarify that this is mainly the popular opinion, but if you disagree, feel free to comment about it. There is one main factor that establishes success in a roguelike, and that is replayability. If you play roguelikes, you'll be familiar with this term. It indicates how enjoyable it is to replay a game after you finished it. All the games we mentioned before, like Hades and Cult of the Lamb, are replayable, but with each time you replay them, only so much will change, especially after obtaining all the endings. So for the sake of this video, when we talk about replayability, we will intend after the full completion of the game. A game that stands out more than the others on this aspect is Balatro. With a very simple and intuitive gameplay, rapid progression, and tons to unlock. If you've been in any online roguelike community or Discord server, you probably found out that literally everybody at some point was talking about Balatro and sharing screenshots. Another similar example of this is Vampire Survivors. While being extremely simple, where you have literally nothing to do but move your character, there is a good line of progression, and it is extremely easy to enjoy. So if these games are actually replayable, what's the difference with Isaac? Why is Isaac the special one? Put simply, Isaac is massive. While it takes tens of hours at most for other games to be completed, a single full completion of Isaac, also called a Dead God, usually takes hundreds of hours if played optimally. And I said hundreds with a S because it's more than 200-300. To put it in perspective, even if you're the fastest speedrunner in the world, it will take you a whopping 4 days to finish the whole save file, and that is a lot of grinding with 100% of the knowledge of the game. Trust me, that is a long time. Now let's open a parenthesis, because a game being this long doesn't necessarily mean the game is good. It could get boring real fast if you don't balance the aspects behind it. So another point of Isaac is that it manages to have high quality in all the important points of a roguelike, those being the billions of always different runs, and yes, billions. There's actually like 2 billion seeds that you can encounter, each being different from the other, but all of them have a recognition pattern that you can follow. They all have a treasure room and a boss room, you can get deals in all of them, and there's an insanely high amount of synergies, allowing each run to be different from the other. All of this implies that everything you will play about Isaac and that you'll watch for a long time will be different and fresh. And then there is the Roguelike Factor, the most common denominator of all, the sour taste of dying during a run. See, the main characteristic of roguelikes, outside of the style, is death. If you die, you lose everything. In some games, you're forced to die sooner or later, in order to unlock something that allows you to progress. Hades' first run, as an example, will require you to die. After your death, you'll be rewarded with something that allows you to progress further. Isaac in this is very different. Not only can you play your first run and win, you can progress even if you die in the end. With a whopping 637 achievements, only 35% of them are locked behind a victory, while most, mainly unlocked in the first 100 of hours of gameplay, come from other actions, such as finding specific items, defeating specific bosses, or gambling. Yes, this game is gambling, by the way. It may come as a complete surprise to learn that Isaac was designed to fail. The game that is at the peak of every other roguelike was designed to be a failure. It was the last hope of Edmund Macmillan in the gaming industry, and starting from a flash game up until Repentance, it had time to build a player base much bigger than any of the newer roguelike games, with almost 10 years of a lifespan. With lots of fans and players, communities were quickly formed about anything of the game, from data miners to lore experts, and yes, even the lore is big here. But let's analyze what actually keeps Isaac exciting after all these hours, because there are some specific things that keep you wondering, keep you coming back, even after you finish a save file. As I've mentioned before, there's billions of seeds and thus every run is different. And in each of these runs, there are some variables. There is something that will always change. There are risk-reward factors, which mainly come in play as Devil and Angel deal, costing you heart or time for the potential of a good item, shop items taking money, and the blind options, together with synergies and curses. Isaac has done something pretty unique when it comes to curses. They are special effects applied to every single floor. They are special effects that can be applied to floors, making them from ever so similar to actually different every time you replay it, with interchangeable curses that could make it hard to see, give you bigger rooms, and so on. All together with the synergies we mentioned before. See, unlike other roguelikes, synergies are not limited between 2 or 3 items together in Isaac, but rather almost every item has a way to synergize with the rest, despite some little items overriding the others. This is how you can see tons of interesting runs from YouTubers, streamers and devs being incredibly different both in looks and strength. Although the game is pretty linear, it is easy to get lost in the hundreds of achievements to follow, especially when you're not told how to get them. Thankfully, there is a group of people amongst each game that is extremely dedicated to creating a flawless wiki with as much information as possible, and the ones for Isaac is immaculate. With a Discord server counting tens of thousands of people to give you help and communicate with each other and shape the love for the game, with YouTubers with hundreds of thousands of subs. What the community is actually excited and hyped about now is the arrival of one of the last updates for the game. See, Isaac started as a Flash game and got DLCs over and over time, and now with Repentance being the last DLC, all we're getting to see is probably added content to it. Next being the introduction of a fully online mode, making this game from already enjoyable to enjoyable with friends. Let me put this into a picture. It's already very easy to spend around 500 hours plus on Isaac and still be hooked and able to learn new stuff. More and more people will be introduced to this game, making the gap between this and other roguelikes much bigger. Now, of course, Isaac Online is gonna come out and it's gonna have new completion mark, which I'm definitely gonna grind. I'm gonna grind literally everything there is. There might be new unlocks, although it's not confirmed, and I'd like to receive all of them as well. From the last time we had the beta, all there it was an already completed save file that you'd play on, so you had access to everything already. But I do believe that maybe with the official introduction, we'll have ability to do much more, and hopefully modding. Surely I'll be playing it with you, my followers. I'll be grinding a hell ton of it, because I do like Isaac, let alone with friends and more people, and who knows, maybe collabs coming in the future. I'd like to know if you have played other roguelikes in your life, what you think of them, what your favorite one is. I know that there is a lot of new fans of Cult of the Lamb and Balatro, and I can't wait to hear their opinion when it compares to something like Isaac, because yes, they're the same genre, but the games are very different. In all seriousness, I appreciate you for watching, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and hey, maybe I'll catch you on Twitch when I'm trying to get a maid outfit, because people want to see me shamed. Alright, well, fun stuff, see ya!